We're getting a lot of questions right now about what we should be doing, what our clients and prospects should be doing in the times that we're in. So we've given a lot of thought to that as a team, and I wanted to share some of those ideas with you. What I'd like to address today is three different subjects. First, your marketing and how you should be adjusting and what you should be thinking about. Second, I want to talk about the social aspect, both for your customers or clients and your staff. How do you keep the connection strong? And then third, think about the opportunities, because this is going to be over, and it's probably going to be over pretty quickly, and you want to be strong and well positioned to move fast, move strong, and come out of this with energy and opportunity. First, the biggest idea is you got to be visible. You got to be visible to your customers. Demonstrate to them that you know what's going on and you're taking it on head first. You also want to be visible to prospects who are wondering what they should do, that you're a source of answers in the situation that we're in. With your communications, you want to be optimistic, you want to be contextual. So think about, it's not business as usual. Recognize it and deal with that up front. It's not business as usual. It's from this point forward, what do we know, what do we understand, how we're going to operate. A second thing that we're advising people to think about is, right now you want to protect your Google ranking. The evidence from China showed that search volume soared. People are working from home, they've got more time in their hands, and so they have more time to ask questions. So you want to protect your search rankings, and you want to do that the most honest and authentic way, and that's by publishing great content. And again, it's content that reflects the times that we're in. So it's contextual, it's helpful, it's positive, and it's freely accessible to your target groups. The third thing that we're advising people is that you really want to pivot with the times that we're in. If you serve as a business 3 or 4 or 5 different vertical markets, one of those markets might be down dramatically. There's nothing to be done there. There's no opportunities there. So pivot to the markets that really need your help and are looking for solutions. An example is we have a client who has oil and gas as a key vertical for them. Well, oil and gas is in a tough situation. They're not buying, they're not even looking, they're just talking to their bankers trying to survive. But that same client of ours can serve healthcare and education and the military. And so for them, it's a powerful pivot to those verticals where they can be a source of help, a source of inspiration, where they can demonstrate that they get the issues that they're facing and they can do something about it fast. It both shows that you get it, and it shows agility. And agility today is a critical aspect of a business's vitality. Another idea that we're giving a lot of thought to is how you use technology today to fill the gaps created by changing business models. So everybody's working from home. That means that obviously you have to use project management software, you've got to use communication software. For us, we're using Slack. We were a Slack user. We're using it even more now because it helps us to stay connected, to stay immediate in our communications to each other, to really keep those lines open. So you really want to take a hard look at technology that's available right now that you could embrace and become more comfortable with. And at the same time, there's new technologies, there's new apps coming out as we speak that are responding to needs that became magnified. And so pay attention to that new stuff, and don't be afraid to experiment. Your team will appreciate it. You could even assign search and experiment missions for some people on your team to encourage them to bring stuff back to the broader team to make you more effective and keep you better connected. And finally, the last piece of marketing advice that we're giving is, for all marketers, get close to your sales team. If they need help, offer to jump on a call with them, give them what they need, because you won't have as many leads. And so you have to improve your closing effectiveness. You have to improve your ability to advance leads into an opportunity stage. So that means get as close as possible, give them everything they need, because you won't have as many opportunities. We've also had questions about the social aspect of how do you adjust to this new normal a new normal that's mostly distributed workforces working from home. And for us, it means how do we find ways to be better connected because connections will be strained. The relationships that relied on talking face-to-face with somebody every single day or multiple times a day, you're not going to have that. And so there will be a loss of this professional intimacy that teams rely on to be as effective as they can be. Anytime we're going to talk to somebody, get them on video so we can see their face, we can see them in their home setting. Sometimes we can even meet their kids and have short conversations with their kids. Anything you can do to enhance that intimacy that we enjoy with our teammates, that makes teams operate well and makes your people feel appreciated and connected to you. One other thing that we've done that's I think been very effective is we have a wrap-up call every night, 4:30 in the afternoon. We get everybody on a Zoom call, and everybody's got their video turned on, and we're just going around the room, the virtual room, sharing business updates. We're sharing, we're in the state of Wisconsin, so sharing Wisconsin updates on what's happening here, and pretty much just checking in. We want to hear how people are doing. We want to hear any progress they've made. We want to hear about how our clients are doing. Mostly we're working on keeping the connections intimate and alive and trusting, because in a time like we're in right now, trust is the most critical commodity you have, and trust comes from intimacy and from giving and taking with your people. So for us, that's the most important thing we can do to keep those connections strong. It might be too early to start thinking about opportunities that a crisis provides, and without, I don't want to sound crass about this, but we're all business people, and so we should think about what this means in terms of future opportunities. And here's how we're thinking about it. This will likely, I say likely, be a relatively short recession that we experience. What White Earth Group is doing with our marketing is we're gearing up as if this has an expiration date, and the fall is going to be a fresh start. If that happens, what we're telling our clients is you want to be ready. You want to be ready with your content publishing. You want to be ready with any new initiatives. If you're launching some new capabilities or services, you want to have that ready to go on your web properties. So plan for the short duration and keep your energy and your capabilities on high alert so that when you need to hit the throttle, you can hit it hard and fast. Another way to think about opportunities is how are your key personas viewing the situation as it changes and how it affects their ability to market themselves. So this crisis creates new pain points for your personas. So the sooner you can get your arms around that, start embracing it, and start speaking to them in an authentic voice that addresses the new normal of what their markets and business look like coming out of the crisis, the sooner you'll get traction with them. And the sooner, when they're ready to come up for air and start looking for opportunities, you'll be part of their path forward. And then finally, an opportunity, and I mentioned this already, the idea that technology and innovation will move fast in recognition of this new work from home business model that everybody around the world is trying in earnest for the first time. So consider that there will be things coming out of this lockdown that absolutely spawn different ways to do work. And you don't want to be a laggard on that. So to the extent that you can use the pause right now to hone some new skills and to get comfortable and establish protocols and standard operating procedures using the new technologies, you'll be that much further ahead. And wouldn't you like to be viewed, as we come out of this, as an innovator who's full of energy, full of progressive thinking, and eager to take on the new world that we're facing together?